What's up everybody, Damon here, and in today's gaming news, Sony just announced a new streaming handheld, that Prince of Persia remake is still wandering the desert, the entirety of Lord of the Rings Gollum has already leaked on YouTube, and more. This is your daily fix. At the PlayStation Showcase today, Sony announced a new game streaming device along with wireless earbuds for gaming. Now, for everyone hoping for a Sony competitor to the Nintendo Switch, let's nip that in the bud right away. This is for streaming games from your PS5 to a handheld screen rather than playing anything natively. Think more Razer Edge and less Steam Deck. The games have to be installed on your PS5. This is the Q Lite that's been rumored for a while. It features an 8-inch screen and a controller attachment on either side, making it look like a DualSense controller with a big screen in the middle instead of a touchpad. But what about that touchpad? The photos we've seen so far don't seem to include it, but maybe the screen is touch sensitive. Now, what's the point of a PlayStation streaming handheld that can't play its own games and might have to be kept relatively close to your PS5? Well, maybe for when the TV is already occupied. Or maybe when you want to watch a show while you play a game. I'm not sure I really have a use for this device, but someone out there probably does. To capitalize on the more portable nature of this handheld, Sony also announced some gaming earbuds. We don't know when we'll be able to get our hands on this new way to play PS5 games or how much it will cost, but stay tuned to IGN for more. Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time Remake has been rebooted again and is now in the mere conception phase. Furthermore, it will not be shown at the upcoming Ubisoft Forward event on June 12th, and there are no plans to remake any other game in the series. As usual, things are just going great at Ubisoft. Producer Jean-Francois Node said in an interview on Ubisoft's own blog, "Since we took over the project, we've been looking at feedback from the community and finding our own way of delivering the game. Now we're building up the team, defining the priorities, putting prototypes together, testing elements, and looking at how we can include community feedback in the development as well. It's still in an early stage, and players should not expect to hear more about the game this year, but rest assured that we're all putting our strengths and heart into this project." Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time Remake was first announced back in September 2020 and was even available for pre-order. However, it has suffered many delays since then. In 2022, the game was delisted from retailers, inciting worries that it was going to be cancelled. Ubisoft clarified that development had moved to a different studio and the game was simply being delayed again. Then Ubisoft started to refund pre-orders for the game, but reiterated that it wasn't being cancelled. Now this latest update confirms that development is starting over once again. It's yet another game that Ubisoft just can't seem to get out the door. Remember Beyond Good and Evil 2? Skull and Bones? Last year, the only notable games that released were the Mario + Rabbids sequel, Just Dance, and Rocksmith. Assassin's Creed Mirage is supposed to arrive this fall. We'll see what Ubisoft has up its sleeve at its showcase next month. The Lord of the Rings Gollum launches tomorrow, May 25th, but the entire game has been leaked on YouTube ahead of its release. We won't share any spoilers here, but someone posted a video walkthrough of the whole dang game. The video has since been taken down, but it stayed online for several hours before it was removed. There are threads on both Reddit and Resetera discussing the leaked footage. IGN has reached out to developer Dataleak Entertainment for comment. The Lord of the Rings Gollum will launch on PlayStation 5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, and PC. A Nintendo Switch version is scheduled for sometime later this year. Players will sneak around Middle-earth while making choices to align with either the darker Gollum or gentler Smeagol. It's been a long road to release for Gollum, as it was originally scheduled to arrive in 2021. After a pile of delays, it got its final release date earlier this year. I mean, what is this, a Ubisoft game? Sony's revamped PlayStation Plus service appears to be off to a strong start, as almost a third of all members are paying for the more expensive tiers. 8 million users are paying for the most expensive PS Plus Premium tier, that includes me, while 6.1 million users are paying for PS Plus Extra, accounting for 17% and 13% of total subscriptions, respectively. Shown in the graph provided, the number of subscriptions for Premium and Extra has also been on a steady incline since launch. What was for years a single subscription service was separated into the 3 different tiers as a means to compete with Xbox Game Pass. The regular tier, rebranded as PS Plus Essential, costs $60 a year and remains the most popular form of the service, with 70% of subscribers choosing it. PS Plus Extra is $100 a year and adds the PlayStation Plus games catalog to all Essential tier benefits, granting users access to an additional 300 to 400 games to download. PS Plus Premium costs $120 a year and comes with the Classic Games catalog, which includes a variety of PS1, PS3, and PSP games, and time-limited trials for select PS5 games alongside all PS Plus Extra inclusions. And finally today, the PlayStation VR 2 is off to a stronger start than previous reports indicated, as Sony has revealed the virtual reality headset had a better launch than the original PSVR. Shared in that same presentation, Sony revealed that PSVR 2's first 6 weeks outperformed the original PSVR's first 6, coming in at just below 600,000 units sold. Sony also described the period as a strong PlayStation VR 2 launch, contradicting a report in March that said the headset was only expected to sell 270,000 units in roughly the same 6-week period. An industry analyst had said Sony would need to cut the PSVR 2's price to avoid a complete disaster. The headset launched on February 22nd with 42 games, including headlining title Horizon Call of the Mountain, and a variety of updates for critically acclaimed games like Gran Turismo 7 and Resident Evil Village. In our 9 out of 10 review, IGN said, with top-notch visual quality and immersively tactile sense controllers, PlayStation VR 2 represents a quantum leap over its predecessor, setting a new standard for console VR gaming. And that is your daily fix for Wednesday, May 24th. Now that you're caught up on the news, check out the extended gameplay trailer for Spider-Man 2. Still no release date though, still waiting on that, just fall 2023 for now. I'm Jamin Hatfield, and for all your gaming news, stay tuned to IGN.